Welcome, everyone, to the Daily Slab for Thursday, January 5th, 2022. I'm Nate, and I'm here with your sports card rundown. If you like this video, please click the like and the subscribe button. Helps us get this video out to more card collectors like yourselves. All right, first up today is our trender, and we've got Trevor Lawrence. But no, it is not because of his play, though his play has been good. The Jaguars are fighting for a playoff spot here, right? And they've turned things around really, really well from last year and especially beginning of this season. But we're not talking about stats. We're not talking about any of that today when it comes to a trender. But instead, we're talking about this Prism Silver PSA 10 Trevor Lawrence because it is sneakily rare. Like one of the sneakiest, rarest cards you will find from a modern set, especially considering it's not numbered. So if you look at Pop Report, this is a Pop 35 PSA 10. And that's not because people aren't grading it. It's because it's impossibly hard to gem. It is a gem rate of just under 8%. If you're wondering to yourself, that seems low. How low is it compared to other quarterbacks? I have those numbers for you. Zach Wilson is a Pop 111. Pop 35 to Pop 111, a 34% gem rate. Trey Lance is a Pop 112, a 26% gem rate. Justin Fields is a Pop 167, a 36% gem rate. And Mac Jones is a Pop 352, which is a 48% gem rate. The second lowest Pop is 111, and that's Zach Wilson. And that's likely because people are like, do I really want to grade this guy? And the lowest gem rate before above Trevor Lawrence's 7 point whatever percent is Trey Lance at 26%. He still has a quarter of his cards that have gemmed PSA 10. Trevor Lawrence at 7%. And so you can see the prices here over the last 6 months here. It's up 143%. It's up $1.5 thousand. And while it makes sense because as these cards are coming through and the pop is not increasing, people are starting to realize that, hey, this is actually an insanely rare card considering it's a silver from a modern set. We got to buy in and buy higher. And so I thought it was interesting. I don't know what you can do with that information, but it's interesting nonetheless. And Trevor Lawrence is our trender of the day. All right, our Who's Hot of the Week is points in the NBA. So we just covered Donovan Mitchell scoring 71 points in a game the other day. And my guy and Luka scoring 60 the other day. And then my guy Giannis scores 55 points last night. And he had scored 45 the game before and then 43. And so it got me thinking, like, you know, what's up with all these points? So I went back 7 games, about a week's worth of games if you put one game after another in a week, 7 games. Here are some of the big names across the NBA. Nikola Jokic, 204 points in his last 7 games. Jason Tatum, 231 points in his last 7 games. Joel Embiid, 244 points in his last 7 games. LeBron, who just turned 38, they made a big deal about it. He had a great game, 248 points in his last 7 games. Those are all great numbers. If you want to take Donovan Mitchell, he had 200 points in his last 7 games. And, of course, that includes 71 points in just 1 game. So, you know, the other 6 games, maybe not the hottest of all, but still 200 points in his last 7 games. All of these guys have been crazy. And because I'm petty, I brought in Anthony Davis. You know, when the world blew up about Anthony Davis, oh, he's like back and he's the best player ever. Well, no, not the case because his best 7-game stretch of the year, 243 points, which is not even better than what LeBron is on right now. So you can see that. Now, the reason I bring these all up is because I wanted to prove a point that Giannis and Luka, these are all some of the most talked about players in the NBA right now. Giannis and Luka are just head and shoulders above all of them. Giannis right now is 55, is 45, is 43. His last 7 games, 283 points. And Luka, he's been just a little bit better in his last 7 games, 292 points. We're talking about 8 points shy of 300 over a 7-game stretch. Just insane stats from these 2 players. And if you're wondering about prices, these insane stretches, well, they're really good, but they can't keep up prices from what they were earlier in the season. We're looking at a 2013 Prism Red rookie PSA 9 of Giannis back in May 29th, 2022. This sold for $4,440, and it was even more expensive earlier in the year. It just sold on the 3rd, January 3rd, 2023 for $42.25. So it's still $100 or a $215 difference there less, despite the fact that he just went on a 282-point run in 7 games. And as for Luka, we're looking at his 2018 Prism Silver Auto PSA 9. It was $3,050 back in April. And again, it was more expensive back in January, February, but I wanted to get something at least a little bit closer to today's price. And today, $2,700 on the 1st of January. Just crazy to me how these guys have been head and shoulders above everyone else, and Luka a little bit above Giannis, but head and shoulders above everyone else in the NBA in points in the last 7 games, and that has not helped them get their value back to what it was even back in May, not even January. So you can see kind of where the card market has gone, and it will be interesting to see if it can ever get back to some of those heights of even just early 2022, not even 2021. I'll be curious to see what these guys have to do, because right now they've been as hot as anybody in NBA history. And then lastly, we've got an IG post of the day, and I'm pretty sure we talked about this a little bit ago. Taylor Heineke, right? He had been winning games for the Commanders, and yada, yada, yada. Well, he got benched. On Sunday, Ron Rivera benched him. I don't know why. For Carson Wentz, I don't know why. And Carson Wentz proceeded to do exactly what we all expected Carson Wentz to do: throw 3 picks, only score 10 points, lose the game, and also eliminate the Commanders from the playoffs. Ron Rivera kind of stated that he didn't realize they were going to be eliminated from the playoffs, and then kind of walked back and said he was being facetious or whatever. I don't know. All I know is Taylor Heineke would have given them a better chance than Carson 3-interception Wentz. And yet they went with Wentz. They missed the playoffs. And Taylor Heineke's cards, they dropped pretty substantially here. You can see this. We're talking about 3 months, 1023 to 101.23, and it's lower than what it was to start in that October month. So 3 months here, and we're at $11 down, 11% down, but we're significantly down from the height. And just goes to show you that if a player is playing well, but he's clearly not the future of the franchise, you probably shouldn't invest in him. Too much risk. The same thing could be said about Jared Stidham. If you believe he's going to be the future of the franchise, good. If you don't, worth selling, probably not worth buying. Same goes for Taylor Heineke and any other backup quarterback around there. But it's been a tough showing for the Commanders, tough showing for Taylor Heineke. Getting replaced by a quarterback that throws 3 interceptions. Pretty unfortunate, because Heineke was a good story, and unfortunate for the people that bought his cards and are now losing money. All right. Lastly, I've got a break on Whatnot today, 6 p.m. Eastern time. We are doing some soccer products from 2021, Stadium Club, Top's Finest. So if you are interested in joining in that, I'll see you on SlabStox Whatnot page at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Hope to see you there. It's always a good time. Come talk soccer with me, or any other sport. Love talking baseball, love talking football, love talking basketball, or you could teach me about hockey. I don't know. But hope to see you there, 6 p.m. Eastern time on the SlabStox Whatnot channel. All right, thank you everyone for watching today's Daily Slab, and I will talk to you guys on Friday for the next Daily Slab. See you, everyone.